joining us this evening at the Apollo Music Club's production of Gilbert Sullivan's The Gondoliers. And I just want to give the ubiquitous speech of, I'm going to turn myself on too. Hang on 1 second. And the last minute, just in case. So if you turn off all your electrical devices, and notice the exits here in the front and in the back of the house in case of emergencies. And I hope you all enjoy Apollo Music Club's production. Again, thank you. Oh, I did want to say this, sorry, messy speech. When doing the program, I have so many people to thank, and of course some of you are going to get left out that I really do want to make sure has made an exceptional contribution, so I want to make sure that they get thanked, and that is Dr. Julie Licata as well, in that long list of people that helped to make this happen. So, okay, now I'm done. And now I'm done. Because you'll get that later, by the way.
Tra la 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 la, tra la 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 la, tra la 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 la. serenade, we sing them to sleep. Gondolieri, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la. Gondolieri, gondolieri, tra-la-la-la-la, 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 tra-la-la-la-la. To choose our brides, as all young and fair, and acres will be sad. We really do not care a preference to declare. Our bias to disclose would be indelicate, and therefore we propose to let you partial fate select for us a mate.
Our bias to disclose would be indelicate.
But how do they propose to let impartial fate select for them a mate? These masks we put upon our eyes be good enough to buy, and take good care that both of us are absolutely blind. Then turn us round and we will immediate dispatch. We'll undertake to marry any two of them we catch.
My papa, he keeps 3 horses, black and white and dapple racer. Turn 3 times and take your courses. Catch whichever girl you may, sir. My papa, he keeps 3 horses, black and white and dapple racer. Turn 3 times and take
never make it back to Spain. They will never, never, never cross the sea again. They will never, 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 never cross the sea again. Neither that great heat from the Spanish shore, the noble Duke of Plazator,
No, his grace is Dutch, staunch and true. No, yet his grace is daughter too.
though his grace's own particular drum to Venetia's shores will come, to Venetia's shores will come. They will never, never make it back to Spain. They will never, never, never cross the sea again. They will never, 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 never cross the sea again. They will never, 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 never cross the sea again.
At last, we have arrived at our destination. This is the Ducal Palace, and it is here that the Grand Inquisitor resides. As a Castilian hidalgo of 95 quarterings, I regret that I am unable to pay my state visit on a horse. As a Castilian hidalgo of that description, I would love to ride through the streets. No matter. Where is our suite?
Your Grace, I am here.
Why do you not do yourself the honor to kneel when you address his grace?
My love, it is so small a matter. But you may as well do it.
The young man seems to entertain, but in a perfect appreciation of the respect due from a menial to a Castilian hidalgo.
My child, you are hard upon our suite.
Papa, I've no patience with the presumption of persons in his plebeian position. If he cannot appreciate that position, let him be whipped until he does.
Let us hope the omission was not intended as a slight. I would be much hurt if I thought it was. Ha! So would he. Where are the halberdiers who were to have had the honor of meeting us here? That a visit to the Grand Inquisitor might be made in becoming state?
Your Grace, the halberdiers are mercenary people who stipulated for a trifle on account.
How tiresome! Well, let us hope that the Grand Inquisitor is a blind gentleman. And the band? Who were to have had the honor of escorting us? I see no band.
Your Grace, the band are sordid persons who require to be paid in advance.
That's so like a band.
Insuperable difficulties meet me at every turn!
But surely they know his grace.
Exactly. They know his Grace.
Well, let us hope that the Grand Inquisitor is a deaf gentleman. A cornet to piston would be something. You do not accomplish the accomplishment of tootling like a cornet to piston, do you?
Alas, no, Your Grace, but I can imitate it far better.
Man! Man! I don't see how that would help us.
You would not help us in the least. We are not a parcel of grazers come to market, dolt.
My love, our sweet's feelings. Be good enough to inform the Grand and ring the bell. And inform the Grand Inquisitor that His Grace, the Duke of Plaza Toro, Count Matadoro, Farah and Picadoro,
and
sweet arrive in Venice, and seek,
Desire.
demand.
and demand an audience.
Your grace is but to command.
I felt sure of it. I felt sure of it! And now, my love, shall we tell it? I think so. And now, my love, prepare for a magnificent surprise. It is my agreeable duty to reveal to you a secret that should make you the happiest young lady in Venice.
A secret.
A secret which, for state reasons, it has been necessary to preserve for 20 years.
When you were a babe of 6 months old, you were married by proxy to no less a personage than the infant son and heir to the immeasurably wealthy King of Barataria.
Married to the infant son of the king of Barataria. Was I consulted? Then it was the most unpardonable liberty!
Consider his extreme youth and forgive him. Shortly after the ceremony, that misguided monarch abandoned the creed of his forefathers and became a Wesleyan Methodist of the most bigoted and persecuting type. The Grand Inquisitor, determined that the innovation should not be perpetuated in Barataria, caused your smiling and unconscious husband to be stolen and conveyed to Venice. A fortnight since, the Methodist monarch and all his Wesleyan court were killed in an insurrection. And we are here to ascertain the whereabouts of your husband and to hail you, our daughter, as Her Majesty, the reigning queen of Barataria. Your Majesty.
It is at such moments as these how one feels how necessary it is to travel with a full band.
The queen of Barataria. But I've nothing to wear! We're practically penniless!
That point has not escaped me. Although I'm unhappily in straitened circumstances at present, my social influence is something enormous. And a company to be called the Duke of Plaza Toro Limited is in formation to work me. An influential directorate has been secured, and I myself shall join the board after allotment.
Am I to understand that the queen of Barataria may be called upon at any moment to witness her honored sire in process of liquidation?
This speculation is not exempt from that drawback. If your father should stop, it will, of course, be necessary to wind him up.
But it's so undignified, so degrading. A grandee of Spain turned into a public company? Such a thing is never heard of.
My child, the Duke of Plaza Toro does not follow fashions. He leads them. He always leads everybody. When he was in the army, he led his regiment. He occasionally led them in battle. He invariably led them out of it. An enterprise of martial kind when there was any fighting. He led his regiment from behind, he found it less exciting. But when away his regiment went, his place was at the Foro, that celebrated, cultivated, underrated nobleman, the Duke of Plaza Toro.
In the first and foremost light, you always found that night, that celebrated, cultivated, underrated nobleman, the Duke of Plaza Toro.
When to evade destructions and to hide they all proceeded. No soldier in that gallant band hit half as well as he did. He lay concealed throughout the war and so preserved his Toro. That celebrated nobleman, the Duke of Plaza Toro.
In every daunting deed, he always took the lead. As unaffected, undetected, well connected,
you for the last time.
Casilda!
I have just learned, to my surprise and indignation, that I was wed in babyhood to the infant son of the king of Barataria.
The son of the king of Barataria? The child who was stolen in infancy by the Inquisition.
The same, but of course you know his story.
Know his story? Why, I've often told you that my mother was a nurse to whose charge he was entrusted.
True. I had forgotten. Well, he has been discovered, and my father has brought me here to claim his hand.
But you will not recognize this marriage. It was made when you were too young to understand its import.
Nay, Louise, respect my principles and cease to torture me with vain entreaties. Henceforth my life is another's.
But stay. The present and the future, they are another's. But the past, that at least is ours, and none can take it from us. As we may revel in naught else, let us revel in that.
I don't think I grasp your meaning.
Yet it is logical enough. You say you cease to love me?
I say I may not love you.
Ah, but you do not say you did not love me.
I loved you with a frenzy that words are powerless to express, and that but 10 brief minutes since.
Exactly. My own, that is until 10 minutes since my own, my lately loved, my recently adored. Tell me that until, say, quarter of an hour ago, I was all in all to thee.
I see your idea. It's ingenious, but don't do that.
There can be no harm in reveling in the past.
None whatsoever. But an embrace cannot be taken to act retrospective.
Perhaps not.
We may recollect an embrace. I recollect many, but we must not repeat them.
And let us recollect a few. Ah, Casilda, you were to me as the sun is to the earth.
Quarter of an hour ago.
About that.
How greedily my thirsty ears would have drunk the sweet golden melody of those words. Now it's about 20 minutes.
About that. In such a matter, one cannot be too precise.
And now our love, so full of life, has been a sweet, solemn memory.
Must it be so, Casilda?
Louise, it must be so.
There was a time forever long, oh, tis me. It was no pride to love but thee alone, oh, tis me. One heart, one life, one soul, one goal. Each in the other's thrall, each all in all, oh, tis me.
brought him to Venice.
So, this is the little lady who so unexpectedly called upon to assume the functions of royalty. And was a nice little lady, too.
Jim, isn't she?
Distinctly Jim. Lady.
Allow me.
No temper.
You must take some allowance. Her Majesty's head is a little turned by her access of dignity.
I could have wished that Her Majesty's access of dignity would have turned it in this direction.
If I am not mistaken, there appears to be some little doubt as to His Majesty's whereabouts.
A doubt to his whereabouts? Then we may have the same doubt.
Dear, no doubt at all. He is here, in Venice, flying for the modest but picturesque building of the Gondoliers. I see him every day. I can give you his address. In the entire annals of our history, there is absolutely no circumstance so free from any manner of doubt of any kind. Whatever. Listen, and I'll tell you all about it in the form of a song.
I stole the prince and I brought him here and I left him gaily prattling with a highly respectable gondolier who promised the royal babe to rear and teach him the trade of a time near with his own beloved bratting. Both of the babes were strong and stout, considering all things clever. Of that there is no manner of doubt, no probable possible shadow of doubt, no possible doubt whatever.
No possible doubt whatever.
But owing I'm much disposed to fear for his terrible taste for tinkling, that highly respectable gondolier could never declare with a mind sincere which of the two was his offspring dear, and which the royal stripling, which was which he could never make out, despite his best endeavor. Of that there is no manner of doubt, no probable possible shadow of doubt, no possible doubt whatever.
No possible doubt whatever.
Time sped, and when at the end of the year I saw that infant cherished, that highly respectable gondolier was lying a corpse on his humble bier, and wrapped around inquisitors' tears. That gondolier had perished, a taste for drink combined with gout had doubled him up forever. Of that there is no manner of doubt, no probable possible shadow of doubt, no possible doubt whatever.
No possible doubt whatever.
The children followed his own career, that statesman can't be buried. That highly respectable gondolier was one of the two who will soon be here, but which of the two it is not quite clear. Is the royal prince you married? Search in and out and round about, and you'll discover never a tale so free from every doubt, or probable possible shadow of doubt, or possible doubt whatever.
A tale so free from every doubt, or probable possible shadow of doubt, or possible doubt whatever.
That I'm married to one of two gondoliers, but it is impossible to say which, without any doubt of any kind, whatever. Be reassured. The nurse to whom your husband was entrusted is the mother of that musical young man, who's such a buff master of that delicately modulated instrument. She will establish the king's identity beyond all question.
Heavens, how did she know that?
My young friend, a grand inquisitor is always up to date. She is at present the wife of a highly established but very respected brigand who runs an extensive business in the mountains around Cordoba. Accompanied by two of my emissaries, she will return with him, and, if there's any doubt in making up her mind, perhaps the persuasive influence of the tortured timber will jog her memory. But bless my heart, consider my position. I am the wife of one, that's very clear. What you can tell, except by intuition, which is the prince, and which the gondolier. Submit to fate without unseeming wrangle. Life's a pudding full of plums, hares a hanker that he numbs. Therefore, waste of elocution, an impossible solution. Life's a pleasant institution. Let us take it as it comes. Let us take it as it comes. Set aside the dull enigma. We shall guess it all too soon. Freya brings the finest perhaps the only riddle that we shrink from giving up. Let's take it as it comes. Take it as it comes. Sing the bar, fill the cup. Let's not sorrow, patience up. Take life as it comes.
fear nothing. He's a chrysalis. He can't be said to live. He exists.
What a fine institution marriage is. Why have we wasted all this time? Why didn't we marry 10 years ago?
Because you couldn't find anybody nice enough because you were waiting for us.
Yes, that is true. We were waiting for you without even knowing it. Hello.
Buenos dias.
If this gentleman is an undertaker, it's a bad omen.
Ceremony some sort going on?
He is an undertaker.
Somebody's birthday, I suppose?
Yes! Mine and mine.
And mine.
And mine.
Curious coincidence. How old might you all be?
It's a rude question. It's been about 10 minutes.
What remarkably fine children! But sure you are jesting.
In other words, we've married 10 minutes since.
Married. You don't mean to say you are married.
Oh yes, we are married.
What, both of you?
All four of us.
How extremely awkward.
Oh, you mind, I suppose. You weren't thinking of either of us for yourself, were
No,
you?
no,
Oh,
no,
just
no,
let
no.
me look at him. He wants his heart broken.
I wasn't.
Now, my good man, we don't want anything of your kind today. And if your curiosity is satisfied, you can go.
You mustn't call me your man. I don't think you know who I am.
Not we indeed. We are jolly Gondoliers, the sons of Baptisto Palmieri, who led the last revolution. Republicans, heart and soul, we hold all men to be equal. As we abhor oppression, we abhor kings. As we detest vainglory, we detest rank. As we despise effeminacy, we despise wealth. We are Venetian Gondoliers, your equals in everything except our calling, and in that at once your masters and your servants.
Curious coincidence. So one of you might be Baptisto's son for anything I know to the contrary, while the other one is no less a personage than the only son to the late king of Barataria.
What?
And I trust, I trust it was the one who slapped me on the shoulder and called me his man.
Oh, no. But which is it?
What does it matter, as you're both Republicans and hold kings in detestation? I assume you will advocate at once. Good day.
Oh,
you
no,
can do that?
When I say that I detest kings, I mean I detest bad kings.
That is a delicate distinction.
Quite so. Now I can conceive a kind of king, an ideal king, a creature of my fancy, you know, who would be absolutely unobjectionable. A king that would abolish taxes and make everything cheap, except gondolas.
Give a free many entertainments to the gondoliers.
And let off fireworks on the Grand Canal and engage all the gondolas for the occasion.
And spread money all along the Rialto for the gondoliers.
Such a king would be a blessing to his people. And if I were king, that's the kind of king I would be.
And so would I.
I'm glad to find your objections are not insuperable.
Oh, they're not insuperable.
No, they're not insuperable.
Besides, we are open to conviction.
Yes, they are open to conviction. No, they've often been convicted.
Our views may have been hastily formed on insufficient grounds. They may be crude, ill-digested, erroneous. I have a very poor opinion of the politician who is not open to conviction.
Oh, he's a fine fellow. Yes, that's the sort of politician for my money.
We'll consider it settled. Now, since the country is in a state of insurrection, it is absolutely necessary for you two to assume the reins of government at once. Now, until we can ascertain which of you is to be king, I have arranged for you two to reign jointly, so that no question can arise hereafter as to the validity of your acts.
As one individual.
As one individual.
Like this?
Something like that.
We can take our friends along with us and spread them about the court.
Undoubtedly, that's always done.
I'm convinced.
So am I.
The sooner off we're better. We'll just run home and pack up a few things.
Ladies are not admitted. Not present.
What?
What? not at meetings. Perhaps afterwards we'll see.
What? You don't mean to say that you're going to separate us from our wives?
This is very awkward. Only for a short time, a few months. After all, what is a few months?
We've only been married half an hour. Kind sir, you cannot have the heart of lives to part from those to whom an hour ago we were united. Before our flowing hopes your step, I look at them, and far before you dear get united. You men can never understand that heart and hand cannot be separated when we go yearning. You'll see the glory reveals eyes to idolize, and only raven's hearts, poor men, to set you burning. Only you men will never understand that woman's heart is one with woman's hand. Some kind of charm you seem to find in womankind, some source of unexplained delight, unless you're jesting. But what attracts you, I confess, I cannot guess. To me, a woman's case is quite uninteresting. If from my sister I were told it could be born, I should no doubt be horrified, but I could bear it. But Marco's quite another thing. He is my king, he has my heart and hand. Beside, shall ever share it. Me, you men will never understand that woman's heart is one with woman's hand.
Could not give way to this uncalled for grief. Your separation will be very brief. To ascertain which is the king and which the other, in Barata's court will bring his foster mother. His former nursling to declare he'll be delighted. That's settled, let this happy pair be reunited.
Viva! His argument is strong. Viva! Will not be courted long. Viva! It will be settled soon. Viva! Then comes our honeymoon. Viva! Viva! Viva!
Then one of us will be a queen and sit on a golden throne, with a crown instead of a hat on her head, and diamonds all her own, with a beautiful gown of golden green. I have always understood. I wonder whether she'd wear a feather. I rather think she should.
Oh, 'tis glorious thing I think to be a regular royal queen. No half affair, I mean no half affair. But a right down regular royal queen. She'll ride about in a carriage and pair, with a king on her left-hand side, and a milk-white horse, as a matter of course, whenever she wants to ride, with beautiful silver shoes to wear upon her dainty feet, and endless stocks of beautiful frocks, and as much as she wants to eat.
Oh, 'tis a glorious thing I think to be a regular royal queen.
No half affair, I mean no half affair, but a right down regular royal queen.
Whenever she condescends, the wolf be sure she'll shine at that. With her haughty stare and the nose in the air of a well-born aristocrat, and telling him high society talk, she'll bear away no
themselves into, and open their eyes and glance surprise at whatever she likes to do. And everybody will proudly bow, she's fair as flowers in May, and say how clever at whatsoever she condescends to say. Oh, 'tis a glorious thing, I think, to be a regular royalty. No half and half affair, I mean no half and half affair, but a right down regular royalty. Oh, 'tis a glorious thing, I think, to be a regular royal queen, a right down regular royal. Provided we sing as one individual, as I think I'm a king to my kingdom, I bid you all, I'm a where you object to pavilions and palaces, what you'll find I respect your republic and fallacies, you'll find I respect your republic and fallacies. As they know we object to pavilions and palaces, how can they respect our republic and fallacies? To everyone who feels inclined, some post we undertake to find congenial with his frame of mind, and all shall equal be. The Chancellor and his baroque, the Earl, the Marquis, and the Duke, the Earl, the Butler, and the Cook, they all shall equal be. The aristocrat who begs the coots, the aristocrat who hunts and shoots, the aristocrat who cleans our boots, they all shall equal be. The noble lord who rules the state, the noble lord who cleans the plate, the noble lord who scrubs the grate, they all shall equal be. The Lord High Coachman, orthodox, the Lord High Coachman on the box, Lord High Vagabond in the stocks, they all shall equal be. To everyone who feels inclined, some calls we undertake to find congenial with his frame of mind, congenial with his frame of mind, and all shall equal be. Sing high, sing low, wherever they go. Sing high, sing low, wherever they go. Wherever they go, wherever they go, they all shall equal be. Sing high, sing low, wherever they go. Sing high, sing low, wherever they go. Wherever they go, wherever they go, they all shall equal be.
The Earl, the Marquis, and the Duke, the Earl, the Butler, and the Cook, the aristocrat who makes recruits, the aristocrat who cleans the boots, the noble lord who rules the sky, the noble lord who strikes the good, the Lord High Bishop, orthodox, the vagabond in the south. For everyone who feels inclined to watch, they undertake to find congenial with his frame of mind, congenial with his frame of mind, and all shall equal be.
Come, let's away, our island crown awaits me. Conflicting feelings rend my soul apart.